Kayla Harrison had always walked through the school hallways with her head down. Not because she was weak, but because she had grown tired of the whispers, the laughter, and the sharp stares that followed her wherever she went. She was different, quiet, reserved, and not one to seek attention. But that difference, instead of being respected, made her a target. The bullying started small, snide remarks about her clothes, the way she tied her hair, or the books she always carried. But soon it escalated. By sophomore year, Kayla was shoved into lockers, her lunch tray knocked from her hands, and cruel laughter echoing through the cafeteria. No one came to her defense. Not the teachers, not the so-called friends she once thought she had. But what no one knew was that Kayla carried something deep inside her. A fire that had been building for years. She lived with her grandmother in a small house at the edge of town. Her parents had left when she was just a child, and it was her grandmother who raised her, teaching her resilience and discipline. It was her grandmother who had enrolled her in judo classes when she was 10 years old. Strength isn't about hurting others, her grandmother would often say. It's about protecting yourself and protecting those who can't fight for themselves. Kayla took those words to heart. Every evening after school, she trained. While the bullies were out partying or scrolling through their phones, Kayla was on the mat, perfecting her throws, learning balance, learning patience. And with every session, she grew stronger, not just in body, but in spirit. But in school, she stayed quiet. She never fought back. She endured the bullying, not because she couldn't defend herself, but because she knew there was a time and place for everything. That moment came one rainy afternoon. Kayla was in the gym, cleaning up after her PE class. 3 of the worst bullies, Mason, the ringleader, and his friends Tyler and Brianna, walked in. Mason sneered, "Look who we've got here. Little Miss Invisible." They cornered her, their laughter bouncing off the gym walls. Mason shoved her shoulder hard. "What's the matter, Kayla? Don't you ever fight back? Or are you just scared?" For the first time, Kayla looked him in the eye. Her calm, steady gaze unsettled him, though he didn't show it. Tyler kicked her backpack across the floor, spilling her books everywhere. Brianna snatched one up and mocked her notes. Something in Kayla snapped. Not anger, not hatred, just a decision. She wasn't going to take it anymore. When Mason reached out to shove her again, Kayla stepped aside with perfect timing. He stumbled forward, confused. The gym grew quiet except for their shallow laughter that was slowly dying. Mason lunged again, but this time, Kayla used the skills she had trained for years. She grabbed his arm, twisted with precision, and sent him crashing onto the mat with a thud that silenced everyone. Tyler froze. He tried to grab her, but Kayla spun, using his own weight against him, flipping him onto the ground. Brianna stepped back, her smirk fading as fear filled her eyes. Kayla didn't attack further. She didn't scream or brag. She simply stood tall, breathing steady, eyes clear. "I'm not scared of you anymore," she said, her voice calm but powerful. "And you're never going to touch me again." The bullies, stunned and humiliated, scrambled to their feet. None of them dared to fight again. They had been exposed, not just as bullies, but as cowards. Word spread through the school like wildfire. Everyone who had once laughed at Kayla now looked at her with newfound respect. But Kayla didn't bask in it. She didn't need validation. She had won the battle long before that moment. Every time she trained, every time she refused to let their cruelty break her. In the weeks that followed, something changed. Other students, the ones who had been quiet victims themselves, began to find courage. Some even approached Kayla, thanking her for standing up, for showing them that strength could come from patience, discipline, and self-respect. Kayla realized then that her grandmother had been right all along. Strength wasn't about destroying others. It was about lifting yourself up and inspiring others to rise too. Years later, Kayla would go on to achieve incredible things, becoming a champion in her sport. But when asked what shaped her the most, she always remembered that rainy afternoon in the school gym. That was the day she destroyed the bullies. Not with anger, but with courage. That was the day she proved that no matter how dark things seemed, the strength to rise above was always within her. And to anyone who felt small, invisible, or broken, Kayla had one message: you are stronger than you think. Don't let anyone make you forget it.